All right. Finally ready. Finally ready to go. So I'm finally ready to roll with the live stream. So there we go. It's all set up. Finally. Well, nobody's watching yet, but I just put it live a few minutes ago. And it's probably just now starting to get shared out. So just kind of waiting. Prayer's going through its pre-warm up stages and all that stuff. So and it's leveling the bed. I do a bed level on every time I print. So yeah, it's probably. All right. I got it. It has a it has a whole procedure it goes through. So it has a whole procedure. Looks like the filament system is gonna be fine now. I have to watch those ends to make sure I cut them off straight, Mom. That plagued me because I didn't cut the ends off straight. See, I didn't cut it off straight and it didn't go right. I use that little thing a little thing that guides the filament through. There's two little snap things that hold that down and screw. I know. All I do is take it through. Hello, everyone. I'm just starting to get started here. A little bit, uh, moving a little slow here for a minute. So, just working on trying to get started here. Hi, running gun. I'm good, man. Doing good. How are you? I'm doing really good. It's been a it's been a quiet day, man. I'm just pretty busy with some repairs and trying to get some things cleaned up and doing prints and just trying to get things going, get things in the right direction. Oh, okay. It's nice out today. It's very nice out today. I knew it was gonna. You said it was gonna be a nice day yesterday. Well, you were right. It turned out to be a very nice day. I don't know how well all this is gonna go. Um, with this, this is my first try at it. The uh, elf piece that goes inside the light box that makes the elf. So we'll see how it goes. I may end up back at the drawing board for a day or so trying to fix it. It may go perfect. Um, we'll just see how it goes. I'm not as overly confident about this one as I was the first two pieces that we printed in the slide box, the face and the front two pieces that snap together to make the box. I'm not as overconfident about this one as I was the other one, but other two. But um, we'll see what happens. This is probably is this elf face front. It's probably the only one I'm going to throw down for today. Um, no, I'm not going to scrap it, man. Uh, I've come this far. I've come this far. I'm gonna make it. I'm going. It's gonna work. even if I have to redo what I did. I think I did it right according to the instructions, but we'll see. I'm talking about the elf. The box itself is perfect, but I'm talking about the elf itself. And if it doesn't work, I'll go back to the drawing board and correct whatever I need to correct and make it right to make the elf work. So I'm not giving up on it. No, I'm not scrapping it. I've come too far. I've come way too far. I scrap it now. I'm just a dummy. No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not scrapping it. No way. There's like a Oh, it's not a nuisance. I actually enjoy the challenge of it, Sean. I actually enjoy the challenge of it. It's not a nuisance at all. I always did enjoy the challenge of 3D printing. Yeah, sometimes, man, days are just like that, man. You have a day where it just doesn't go right, but that's no reason to give up. What you're going to see here is you're going to see something a little different than you've ever seen. This is going to build a preliminary base because there's different height layers in this little thin, if you can imagine, print. So you're going to see something a little bit different today than you've seen. So all this white that's putting down right now, there's nothing to get excited about. This is basically underfill support structure. So um, I had to do that because of the way it's supposed to be set. It even says it in the instructions to do that. So it's the way the software sliced it, and that's the best terminology. I've never used this type of um, of support infill or support fill. I've never done it this way before. So this is a new ball game, new learning curve. Um, but we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see what happens. So there seems to be. I've noticed this with every printer I've ever had. And on that bed, in that slicer, there seems to be a sweet spot in that bed. There's a sweet spot where you put your prints. You get in that sweet spot, some of that print in that sweet spot. It don't all have to be in that sweet spot, but most of it in that sweet spot. The printer does real good with it. So, and it's right in the middle of the bed. If you've noticed at the beginning of when I hit the print button, that that print head comes over to the center of the bed, and the bed goes up and down a couple of times. That seems to be the sweet spot. If you get some of the print in that sweet spot, it works every time perfect. So I've learned that. Also, I've learned that your first layer height, change it from a 2 to a 3 millimeter from a 0.2 to a 0.3. Makes a huge difference how it sticks. Like I said, I've never ever used this. And there's a couple of things on this that I'm a little concerned about because this was a three STL file to put it together. So what I did for safety purposes of the printer, I took it over to Tinkercad and I assembled it, and then I transferred that into one group. Basically, I grouped, basically I put it together on in Tinkercad, then I grouped it together into one group, and then I exported it as a STL file, and then I brought it over to my Anycubic slicer next, which we had an update this morning on the software. Early this morning, an update came in this morning. It took about 20 minutes for this software and the firmware in the printer to update. So the printer's had an update. But all this you're seeing right now, you pay no attention to. This is all support. But it had an update this morning. So, um, yeah. And so I did that. I exported it as the STL out of the Tinkercad after I assembled it and grouped it to one, grouped all three files into one, and then assembled it on Tinkercad. And then I took it over to Anycubic Slicer next, and I programmed it. I imported it into the slicer, and yeah, it had a firmware update this morning. It also had software update on the computer too. It did both. I actually, before I could update everything, I had to turn the printer on for a little bit, and it went through a whole kit and caboodle of updating. So, but then I took it over to Slicer, and I put it in the Slicer Next, which is the Anycubic software, and I fixed it according to the size they tell you to fix it to, and I got it all settled in, and got it all settled in, and then I collared it in. This first one, I'm just trying to get an idea that everything is okay with the print because I've never done a print quite like this is. I've never used support structure or info structure, support structure like I am in this one. So this is a different ballgame for me. And to say that I'm not a little bit uptight or I'm not a little bit uh, nervous would kind of be a lie because I am a little bit. I'm a little bit on the nervous side of this because I want to see how this goes. I've never printed in this style. It's not the print, it's the unknown because I've never done it this way. This is new to me. So, but I have to learn this. I mean, one way or the other, I've got to learn how to do this way. So, because if I'm going to be doing more and more light boxes, I need to learn how to do it this way. It's very important that I learn this and catch on how to do this. See, my Creality didn't have this type of print setting support structure. So that's another thing. If you can imagine, these are like not one solid line of filament, they're like little lines, bunch of little lines that are grouped together. And it's the little lines that make the difference because in the end, that makes it easier to tear off. There we go back to that Linkin Park song again. In the end, so if you guys don't know, I'm a huge Linkin Park fan. I always have been. Have been for a long time. And I am so glad that they're back. I am so glad after Chester died. Couldn't be happier. They're back. Yeah, they replaced Chester with Emily Armstrong from, if you don't know who the heavy metal band Dead Sarah is, but she was the lead singer for Dead Sarah. I had a little minor thing happen with the Ace system earlier, and I thank God that I read the book that it came with about about what to do when you have this issue. There's four holes. There's one, two, three, and four. So like I said, when you cut the software, you look at it. When you cut the when you get ready to send the print remote, it tells you what numbers to put what color in. So I got the first two colors in. If you can imagine, there's a hole that filament goes in, and there's a thing down in there that grabs the hold of the filament and pulls it through, pushes it down into the PEI tube and on into the on down to where the filament what do you call that? The filament controller is in the back, which is something that I had to connect up when we got the printer. Um, and if you can imagine, there's one tube that comes out of the printer. There's the filament control, and then there's four tubes that actually go into the printer. Actually go. There's four tubes actually comes uh, from the. Let me say that again. I'm saying that wrong. There's four tubes that comes out of the ACE system, one for each color, that goes down to the filament controller. Okay, which is like a little thing that's on the back and it plugs in to the printer, and then the filament controller has another hookup, has four tubes from that ACE system that hooks to it, and then at the bottom it has a PEI tube that runs from there inside the printer and into your print head. So the first two, I the first two I had to um, I had no problem. I got them in there. The little thing inside the hole grabbed the hold of the filament, pushed it through, took it all the way to that print controller. Print controller in the back stopped it. The second one, I the third one. I mean, I went and I put the orange one in there, and instead of it going into that grabber, it went came out from underneath. I don't know how else to explain it. All I can tell you is it came out from underneath. So what you do in that situation, if you can imagine, there's a thing that goes across there that's like a guide, and it removes if you have this problem. It's very easy to remove. You just remove it, you pull your filament back out, and snap the guide back down, and then you just put the filament back in. Of course, in the manual it says just to turn your ACE system off and turn it back on. So that's what I did. I fixed it. Uh, but that's it. All this you see here in the corner right now that's being put down will all be removed. It'll all be removable when the print's done. Basically removed from the actual elf, which is what I've done in the past before with other prints. No, this is not the back of the print. This is the underlayment for the actual print because there's different variants underneath that elf. So, but yeah, it's been kind of a. I've been just messing around today, working on uh, working on the stuff for you, Sean, for your working on your thing you sent in to have fixed, and making progress on that, and getting it cleaned up, and all that, and getting ready to reinstall the operating system on it, and making forward progress, good forward progress actually. So very soon I will be putting the operating system on it. But getting her all cleaned up and getting the dust and stuff out of her, like I told you, and things are going real good. And we'll talk about the the other stuff that we talked about. That showed you pictures of it the other day. So I'm not going to get into that here on the internet. We'll talk about that on Facebook. Yeah, but my mom's dealing with her allergies as she always does every spring. For some reason, she's always been this way. when we get to spring and we get about this time of year where things really start to bloom and she becomes an allergy ball and a sinus ball. Yeah, it's an easy mess. It's their allergies. But she's got stuff to take if she wants to for it, or or she can just deal with it. And she prefers to just deal with it. She doesn't like it to be all groggy and sleepy and all that stuff. And I can't blame her. I strongly support her on that. Um, I would just rather, let it just sneeze and deal with my allergies that way. I don't know if you guys have. I've never played it. I'm not interested in playing it. But I don't know if you guys have ever seen it before. But that underlayment that's putting down right now for the actual print coming up, that looks like something out of Minecraft. Yeah, that's just the under support right now. That's not the actual print of the elf. But that under support, how it's laying it out, looks like something out of Minecraft. I've never played Minecraft, but I've seen pictures and videos of Minecraft. So if you notice with this print also something that's very different with this print versus all the other prints we've ever done is prior to the instructions, um, the underneath of this, the base of this, the base part of the actual elf is all white. There's only the top few layers that are actually color. And that's to do so that when the LED light is put in the back of it, it actually lights up. Where if you do the whole base, all the solid colors, like you do all brown, all one solid color, like we did the base, light would never reflect through that. So you do a layer, you do layers of white up, you do layers of white until the last few layers. There's a certain layer place where you stop, and then you start laying down color, and you only do just a couple layers of color because you want that light to reflect through that. You want the light to come through that elf. So that's why, like, if you if you zoom out here and you flip this upside down, you will notice that all these layers under here are white. I mean, even the thickness of it are white. Okay? Like if you zoom in like right here, you'll notice like it's all white besides the last couple of layers, that last layer right there. Now, that's not just one time around with the printer head. That's three times around with that collar to make that layer. Same thing over here. It's brown on top, but it's all white. It's very brown on top, but it's all white all the way down to the base. All this in all the way down to the base. Okay? Same thing here with the elf foot. This is all support structure here. This is the actual elf here, where you see all the white. It's the very so let me explain. This is support structure here. Okay. This here is the actual elf itself. So there's one, two, three layers of white that's three times around with white each time for one layer, or two times, I should say. And then it goes into um, the brown, which is the top layer. That's so that it will reflect the light, because light can get through the white easier than it can the dark brown or the orange or the other colors. So like here, it's one layer of white two times around, another layer of white two more times around, another layer of white two more times around, top layer of white two times around, a top layer is brown and then two times around. That's so the light can be reflective, so the light can come through the actual elf. And if you notice things like this here, like right here where this gray is, that will not be noticeable. That's just a part of the slicer software, uh, figuring out where its stopping points are. I don't know how to explain that. It's not what you think. I'm just not sure how to explain that to you. It's very complicated because this here you're looking at right now. This is after I've sliced it. So we'll go back to the workbench and let you watch the stream. that's why there has to be, it's like you pointed out, it's running gun. That's why there has to be this underneath because the variances in layers. So the layers are thin and it has to be variances. There has to be something there to support it because there's different heights underneath. So there's got to be something there to support it. But that's a good point. That's exactly what I'm trying to get at. If I don't answer chat, guys, I'm over here monitoring this thing, just making sure that no problems. Yeah, there's supposed to be a way to just snap it together as a lip on it. Yep, with the other pieces. Yeah, it snaps together, son. There's lips there that for it to snap together. Color change time, boys. Color change time. Color change time. I think we're going to orange. I'm not sure. Orange. Orange. I think we're going to orange. I'm gonna let you go here in just a second. I'll watch the ACE system and I'll tell you here in a minute. There's lights on the front. It'll let me know what it's going to. Right now it's backing the white out. Well, not backing it out, but bringing it back to the filament controller, the end of the filament to the controller. I'll let you know here in a minute. I think we're going to orange. Yep, we're going to orange. I was right. Yeah, Mom likes her American flag cups I made her. Well, I didn't make them. I just printed them. There's a difference. Now you'll start to see it a little bit. It'll start coming together. It's purging. Going down to the extruder now, it's just purging off the white, going over to solid orange. See, this would be the time point with the Ender 3. I'd be really busy, really under a time restraint getting these changed out. Because I don't have a certain amount of time. Huh? Now I just sit back and watch and eat a cupcake. No. I'm being stupid. Yeah, I got a pot. I got a cold one too. Yeah, it's gonna change over to another color. It's the way this is set up. We'll put them together. Well, yeah, Cashy Bear's tired. Cashy Bear been outside playing, running, having fun. He's been having a blast all afternoon. That air conditioner is just putting him to sleep. Now there's a bug in the rug. Cashy Bear's lazy. Big old lazy pit bull. He's up to about 65, 70 pounds. when he first came here, he was only about 44 pounds. And mom took him to the vet, and the veterinarian told him his weight range should be somewhere between 55 and 75 pounds. So mom takes him, gets him vaccinated, and gets all his shots updated and everything. Yep. All we have to do is just call our transit and tell them that we got to take our dog to the vet, and they will take us. And now for the next year, all rides on transit are free, and it's sponsored by a place out of Athens, paying for all the rides. So that's cool. I know. It's just the way this thing works, Mom. That way you can use the app and shut it off if something going on with it. Uh, Snug as a bug in a rug. Yeah, man. I call up my lean technician, Larry Pop. I just don't. What? I call up Stanky Larry and have him come out here and fix these. He can 3D print. You're all right. It's fine. You're good. This is the first print of this, so you know it may take some refining. Who knows? We'll see. So far, I think it's fair. Um, we'll we'll see how it goes. I may come back and print it again another day, but we'll find out. I'm not going to give up hope yet. So it's just that I don't know what to expect. So um, if it was the normal way that I print, then I know what to expect. But with this, I don't know what to expect. So the normal prints, I know how they're laid out. I know how they're printed. This here is different. This is much more delicate and different. But you're good, man. You're good. I understand. Yeah, you got it. Yep, you got it, son. You got to figure it out there, bud. You nailed it. Oh yeah, it's gonna work because I'm gonna keep trying until I get it right. If this don't work, I'm gonna try again in a day or so. So I will keep trying until it works. Because I've come this far with it, and I'm not giving up on it. I've come too far to ditch it. I've come way too far. Well, that's good news, man. I'm glad for your mom. That's really good news that she's doing good. So that's a blessing, dude. Yeah, that's really good news, man. I'm glad for you and your mom. Yeah, that's great news. That's a blessing, dude. Yeah, I say so, man. I say you was worried. I would be. All right. All right. Insurance apologies. Just standing by here, waiting for the complete box to come up. Waiting on the printer. It says 14 of 15 layers. So I know the timer's down to 0, but just waiting. Obviously, it's going to do something because it's still holding its temperatures. It's getting ready to do something. It's just switched to white. So let's see what happens here. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Just waiting. I don't touch it until it says it's complete. So I just sit here and let it do its thing. So it just jumped to layer 15 now. I don't know if that means it's going to print a layer 15 or that's the wrap on it. Let's see here. Just waiting. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you're in a good environment. House clean, there's no dust. You're not, yeah, you still some of that stuff. Usually, you're not too bad. You're a lot better now. Ton better. Stupid allergies. I'll end up with it in the fall month. I always do. One of these last few days before, last week or two before May, you suffer. Yeah. It's like, thank you, Sheree. You know, out, out front. That's it, boys and girls. I think that's it. It looks not too shabby. I think for the first try, not too bad. We'll see here in a minute. So we're just waiting. I think for a first try, it's not too bad. Could have gone a lot worse. Could have been a complete mess up. But for the first try, I think we might be on to something. But okay, you will run again. You will receive pictures of this print on Facebook later. Um, yeah, I'll make sure you get pictures, photos. It has a whole thing it goes through before it wraps up. Oh yeah, I'm going to give it a few minutes and let it cool before I try to take it off the tray. Actually, I've got the air conditioner on, so I'm going to let the cold air come in and inside the printer. So I opened the door. Right now, the modeling fan is running, and it's the cooling fan inside is running, and it's cooling the temp down. The bed's down to 49°C and dropping. So we're just waiting here. This is so thin that um, I don't want to try to take it off for maximum grip on the bed. So it's cool. I can feel the difference already. We'll just wait a little bit here. Stand by. Okay, Randy. I'm just going to break this thing. 'Cause it is super duper thin. So what I'm doing right now is yeah, I've got to do something about that, Sean. I've been having some technical issues with this streaming and stuff, so I'm gonna get it fixed. But you're absolutely right, man. Something's got to be done because this is ridiculous. Um, I can tell you one thing: it's very reflective. It's very transparent. So I don't want to break it, so I'm trying to go easy on it. But yeah, you're right. I gotta get this stream fixed up, man. It's ridiculous. It really is. I've got to get a camera. I got to get something, do something about it. I can tell you this: I pulled up to the television screen, and I can see the reflection through it. So that's good. And the TV screen's not on that bright, so that makes a person happy. I think you can see the light through it. So, oh my god! Oh my god! Wow! Only if I had the black. I don't have no black filament right now. I did his pants and stuff in brown. Only if I had the black filament, man. That's all I need is black filament. I gotta get some black filament. The black filament that I had was done for. I gotta fix this one side. See here. But you get the general idea. That's for sure. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Yeah, yeah, I gotta get some black filament for it because it does call for black. In some of the places where the brown is, it calls for black. But wow, I'll see if I can figure out a way to um, put mom's cell phone light inside the lineup box. Holy shitskis, dude. I'm impressed. I'm actually impressed. It fits in there nicely. I mean, I was thinking, man, that's gonna fit in there so weird. No, actually, it does fit in there really good. It's actually it looks weird when you go to put it in there. It's like it ain't gonna work. The whole time while it's printing, you're like, that ain't gonna work. There's no way it's gonna work. And then you go to put it in there, and then you tear all the supports off of it. Sorry for my language, but you tear all the supports off of it, and you tear all the supports off of it, and suddenly it's like, whoa, wait a minute, that does work. So let's see if we can jerry rig something here to make this. It needs a little adjustment, and this one side needs to come over a little bit. It needs a little working. Little working. No, it's going good, bud. It's going real good. There's nothing really wrong. I just got to adjust the one side a little bit. I won't have to reprint. You have to stay in there, you son of a gun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that flat on the table, push down. There we go. Now I hear it locking in. There we go. She just snapped in. I put it down flat on the table and pushed down on it, and that helped get it pushed in good. I mean, face down, with the elf face down, and then the back of it face up towards me. Did you hear that? I don't know if you heard that or not, but it snapped. Wow. I don't have an LED light for inside of it, but um, that turned out really good. Yeah, man, that turned out pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with that. Um, I will I will go ahead and take this phone here that I've got my mom's, and I will go ahead and snap you a photo of it. I'm sure you don't want to wait to see it, do you? If you want to wait a couple days for me to send you a photo, I'll do that. I'm only kidding, dude. I'm gonna put this in my email on put it in her email, and then I'm gonna grab the photos and I'll send it to you on Facebook. The photos, and they'll also be on my 3D printing Facebook page. So, and they'll also be on my regular Facebook page. So, so I'm working on it here, getting the photos inserted so I can send it to you, man. So what I will do, Sean, is I will go to my. Are you going to be here on this stream watching for a few minutes? I will go to my desktop here, and I will. Yeah, that was it snapping in place. If you heard a pop on this stream, that was actually it snapping in place. Yeah, it actually locks in there. So, which is really cool. Kind of like, kind of like a tight fit in a picture frame, if you think about it. You ever have a picture and you have a wooden frame and it has an edge around it where you put the picture to hold the picture in place? Well, when you push the picture in, it kind of like presses down in. Same thing, but only a thicker way. You go to my email here, and I will show you pictures of it. All right, hang on a minute. Let me drag this browser down here. See what you think, and tell me what you think here. Um, see here. I gotta get to Google. I'm gonna pick up trash. Okay, Google. All right, ready? Are you watching the screen, Sean? Sean, watch the screen. Ready, gun. You gotta tell me you're watching the screen. Get your eyes on the screen. Tell me you're ready. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll click on it. Are you ready to see it? I'm waiting. I know this is delayed, so it's gonna take a minute. I don't have a light behind it. I don't know what you're gonna think. I don't know if you're gonna be happy with it or not, but here we go. There's what it looks like inside the light box. I'll send the photo to you on Facebook though too. Yeah, the same Facebook page I had when I was 3D printing last time. I'll send you a link to it, man. I promise. I can see where the brown needs a little touching up in some areas on his pants and on the orange could use a little adjustment. But it's not bad. I can see a little line going down through it. But for the first attempt, not bad. I'm waiting. Yeah, I'll send you a link. I mean, I see like I don't know where you're at in the stream, but I'll see like a little white line, a little bit of a faded white line right there. And I see a little bit right there. So I don't know where. I don't know. Okay, I'm waiting on his reply to it. See what he thinks. Oh wow. Yeah, it did. I don't know if that's a good wow you just said or a bad wow. I'm way on the. I don't know if that was a good wow or I don't know if that's a good wow or a bad wow. I'm waiting on the and then yeah, let me tell you something. That elf, it is super duper thin. I mean, it's thin. Yeah, it does look awesome. That elf is super duper thin. It is. You've got to be very, very, very careful with it. It's thin. It's not going to break, but if you bend it the wrong way, it could break. It could, the elf could break. It's not your normal thick print, but it has to be thin so that the light will travel through it. I'll see what I can rig up tomorrow or the next day. I see what I can rig something up. I've got a couple little LED bulbs and stuff laying around here. Man, well, we'll work on them. We will work on them. We will definitely work on them. That's for sure. We will definitely work on them. But like I said, it's super duper thin. Super thin. If you bend it the wrong way or bend it a little too much at Elf, he's gonna snap. He's gonna break. It's not the normal thick prints like I normally do. So the box and stuff is his normal thickness like I normally do. But the Elf itself, no, it's thin. Um, I'll look around tomorrow. I've got some LEDs, some LED stuff laying around here, some bulbs and stuff laying around here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna look around tomorrow, see what I got, and see what I got in LED strips or something around here. I got some old LED strip lights laying around here. See if I can wire something up and put something in there just to try it, just get an idea. But I know I held it up to our TV screen and it was coming through, and the TV screen's not up very bright at all, so it was coming through pretty good. So, um, and then I'll show you the side of it. There's the side of the box. So, all right, we can do that. If you know where the file is, send it to me so I can start getting it ready and figure things out with it. These light boxes do take a little bit of figuring out, but you know. Another thing, Sean, I should mention is that light box, as you see it right now, sitting on my table right there, it will sit on the table. You don't have to have it mounted to a wall. It has a place in the back to put it on the wall, but it'll also just sit on your table. So that's a consideration you might want to think about. You know. So there's a lot of ways you can do it. Like if you had like a long shelf and you were going to have several of them, it'll sit up on the shelf on its own, on its feet. So I think that was a very successful attempt at getting it printed. I think that was very, very, very successful. Um, I am absolutely absolutely floored. I will figure something out. I will definitely figure something out and send you some pictures. Mom and I will work something out to get a light behind it, and maybe she can take photos or something. I don't have a charged flashlight right now, but yeah. But I am absolutely floored at this printer. I'm just absolutely just floored. I can't believe it. I can't believe how good it does. It's so far it's proven that it's 700 and some dollars well spent. So um, I am just throttled by how good it does and how easy it is. And when you put something, I have problems with the Ender 3 when you size something to the size that you need for it to fit the thing that you're trying to get it fit with the Ender 3, it never fitted. It was always too big or it was always too small. This thing here is way more accurate. This printer is. It's this Anycubic Combo S1 is way more. Anycubic Cobra S1 is way more accurate. This printer is. It's way more accuracy. It it nails it. It really does. Um, I'm really surprised at how well it nails it too. But I'm absolutely floored. Thank you, Sean. I try, man. I don't take credit for it, but I try, man. I try. That's for sure. And sometimes it don't always go as I planned, but I try, man. So yeah, dig it up, send it to me. Send me the link and I'll work on it. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Tuesday. I will be back. Um, I'll be back with a live stream on Thursday, I do believe. I'm thinking Thursday or Saturday. I'm not sure if if I'm going to be able to make Thursday or not. If I do a Thursday, it's going to probably be a very short live stream. Um, probably be one of them some couple of them elf keychains that you already have one of. Yeah, exactly. And it'll be one of them elf couple of them elf keychains that you already have one of that I printed for you. Um, and then if you send me the Lightbox B, I can get that printed for you. We can print that. We can work on that maybe Saturday. Oh yeah, we can work on that Saturday. Hopefully, I can have it all ready by Saturday, and we can work on that Saturday. So, Thursday's live stream may be short, because I've got some commitments Friday, and I've got a few things going on Thursday. I do not know if I'm going to be able to have a live stream Thursday. I'm going to try, but I don't know promises. I've got some commitments. I've got uh, this. I've got some things to take care of Friday. So, and then Thursday, I've got some commitments also. So this week, Saturday we will have a live stream. I know Saturday for sure. I'm almost positive Saturday we will have a live stream. If I can get that Lightbox B ready, we'll print it and we'll put it together. So that's the plan. And I will try to make it the same height size as the elf for you. So um, that turned out awesome. I can't believe I'm just floored. I am absolutely floored right now. I am just like I'm floored with that printer. I am just completely floored. Um, I am just completely floored. But anyways, guys, um, if you haven't um, check me out on Facebook. I got a 3D printing Facebook page, Running Gun. My moderator, I'll get you um, the link so you can join. Um, I also own a small tech repair company, tech repair deal. You can check me out on my main Facebook page on my tech repairs. I have my phone number and stuff on there. Um, right now, I'm a little bit on the slow side. I do have one or two repairs on the bench, but I've got plenty of time to get more people in. So give me a call or give me an email, and I will be glad to get you a deal and get you a good price and get you fixed. So, and then I also am doing 3D prints, so, and live streams. So, um, y'all have a good week, and I'll see you. I'll try to see y'all Saturday. I mean, not Saturday, but Thursday. But I will definitely see you Saturday. See y'all Saturday on here. So, anyways, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm glad that turned out the way it did.